All right, we are recording, and now I'm going to start recording on Audacity. Here we go. You know what? Before I do that, what show are we tonight? This is terrible. $8:35, because I have, it's funny. Written down here, I have 8:34. So, okay. And I was like, that doesn't look right. Hello, everyone. No. False start. It's the Mike Tech Show, show number 835. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the podcast. I'm your host, Mike Smith. Thank you very much for downloading and subscribing to the show. Please visit the main website at miketechshow.com. You can email me questions and suggestions for show topics at miketechshow@gmail.com. Don't forget to please visit the YouTube page. That's where all the videos for every show are posted up. And on YouTube, it's just /Michael Smith MTS. And please click subscribe when you get there. This show is brought to you by Instant House Call. Remotely support your customers, unattended and on demand. This is for MSPs and IT professionals. This is what you need for your remote support solution. And you can try it free for 15 days. Just go to instanthousecall.com. You can download the demo. Don't forget to use the promo code MikeTechShow. Or just go to miketechshow.com. You can click on the link on the left-hand side and check out Instant House Call. The show is also brought to you by MagnusBox. MagnusBox is the best online service that has everything you need, one-stop shop. It supports all operating systems, including Linux. We were just talking about Linux before the show started. So Linux, your Synologies for your NASs, Windows Server, and of course, Macs. And I've tested it on all the platforms, and it works great. And I have clients spanning most of the platforms. You could do a file and folder backup. You could do system image backup. You can back up Office 365 and OneDrive and SharePoint. There are a ton of options. Go to magnusbox.com. Don't forget to tell them that you seen it and heard about it here on the Mike Tech Show, because you'll get free white labeling and your platform fee will be half price for your first 3 months. Check it out. Your demo will be just like all of the regular partners. You're going to love it, and just you'll be able to resell this and sell, you'll be able to sell the backup solutions, and it's a great product line for you to be able to offer. And let me tell you, that has got me more clients and also staying in touch with clients, because even if they're not on retainer, I'm backing up. So they're getting an invoice every quarter, and I'm in their head. So I can't tell you how much extra work I've gotten because I'm managing their backups. So it's nice to have that in your toolbox to be able to offer for a solution. So thank you, MagnusBox. All right. I have great show lined up because I was going to do this last week and was just incredibly busy. And I had a ton of work Thursday night that I knew I had to get to and finish. And then I rescheduled it for Saturday. And then as soon as I found out my son Ryan scored 2 tickets from a friend who couldn't go to the Black Keys concert Saturday, and I had to go pick him up, and we had wanted to have dinner. And so my day on Saturday started very early. I knew that was going to happen, so there couldn't be a show. So tonight, I'm going to talk about some Adobe Acrobat tips, because that is something I ran into with 2 clients early last week. And it actually set the stage for me to, you know what, I'm going to share some of these things, and I have some links to talk about. I want to do, after that, a couple stories from the trenches, one that's in process right now. And that, because I have a client coming, I'm recording this right now. What is it? 7:38 p.m. Eastern time on Thursday night. I have a client that's literally coming over my house at 10 p.m. tonight to pick up the system that I'm finishing up. I'm going to talk about what I found, what I'm doing, and then a stack of email. Everybody came through with incredible recommendations and links for answering all of my Windows 11 annoyances, and some of it was staring me in the face, and it's almost embarrassing when I read this of just how simple the answer was for some of the things that I put out there 2 weeks ago as questions. So I just, you know, it's like the cobbler who does the shoes, and you know his kids don't have good shoes. You know, when it's my problem, when I run into it, I have a hard time solving my own problems. I can solve yours. When it's me, I have trouble. And there's some things that were just so obvious right in front of me, and I didn't see it until someone pointed it out. And sometimes that happens. And that's why I love doing this show and sharing the solutions for everything. So let's get started with the Adobe tips and some of the things that I want to talk about. To get started, though, one that I want to personally mention, and I don't know if it's listed. I don't think it's quite listed like this in a lot of the tips. Let's say you have a 100-page PDF. And this is so obvious, but yet a lot of people don't realize this. And you only want a couple of the pages. You know, you have a client, they have a 100-page PDF, and they only need 5 pages. And let's say they're consecutive. Well, you can print to an Adobe printer, or I love PDF Creator or Cute PDF. They're great to have where they install themselves as printers. So this way you can always print to that virtual printer, which is going to create a PDF. Well, even if you're in a PDF, you can print to a PDF. And I've done this a lot. A client needed this when I was on site last week, and it was great when I showed him. It was like, oh my gosh, wow. So you can print and then select the pages you want to print and print them to a PDF. And now you can have a little sub PDF. And when I did that, it also made me think of, wow, when you go to also work on a PDF file, you can extract the PDF. So now let's get into some of the tips, because once I did that and I also extracted the content of a PDF, then I was like, all right, I need to review this with my listeners. So the first link here is Master the Art of the PDF with these 10 tips and tricks for Adobe Reader and Acrobat. Now remember, Adobe Reader is the free version. Then you got Acrobat Pro DC, which is the latest version of Adobe where you got to subscribe to that, and it's $14.95 a month. I have to. And as you can see up in the top here, you can see I have the add-in for Firefox where I can convert the web page to a PDF, add to an existing PDF. I love this. It's why I have to own the full Adobe Acrobat. So convert a document to PDF. This is simple as it gets. Drag and drop the document you need to transform onto the Adobe Acrobat application icon. So I don't think a lot of people really know that, where all you have to do is take a document, whether it's an Excel spreadsheet or whatever you want, you can convert it to a PDF. turn any kind of content into a PDF. So programs like Microsoft Word, and within Adobe, you can go even further. Click File, Create, and then choose from the PDF from the screen window or selection capture. You can grab it from a scanner. Easily gather survey responses and signatures, add annotations and comments and edits to a PDF. This, you need the full Adobe, I believe, because when you're editing a PDF, there are programs that allow you to do some, and I've tried them out, but you almost need the full Adobe or the website that I talked about once, where I think it was I Love PDF, something like that, where you had a lot of the features that you could do on the web. You can extract individual pages, where if you click Tools, this is what I was talking about, Pages, extract, and select from a variety of parameters and get a PDF. Search any PDF for anything you need to find. View a PDF in full screen mode. Add images to the PDF. That's easy. Tools, content editing, edit text and images, or add image for a lot of controls. You can protect, encrypt, restrict, and even redact PDFs. I had to send someone a PDF, and I never thought I would have to redact some content. That is awesome, to be able to then highlight the redacted items without me deleting them and do massive changes. I put private content that I couldn't share and redacted it before I sent it somewhere. So I remember doing that, and that is pretty cool. So that's the first link. The second one, I like this. It's very simple. It's a PDF. It's 24 pages. I have the direct link, and I believe, where is this from? This is from Bloomberg University. And as I was searching around, very simple for the tips. This is Adobe Acrobat Pro. Combine PDFs, organize PDFs, extract pages, the edit tools. Very simple, easy to get started. Maybe you're just trying to learn how to work with the full Adobe Acrobat. This shows you how to combine, insert pages after or before. Very cool. Organize PDF pages where you can, maybe you got to reorder them, and you can just do it by clicking and dragging and moving them from the order. This is that extract where you go tools and extract, and you got lots of different functions. Editing a PDF, I have to do that. And I have some clients that when you have to edit a PDF, that's when I recommend, just go to Adobe and buy it, where you have to pay that cloud fee. You have no choice. I think this is nice for getting started, and just go to MikeTechShow.com for all of the show notes, and you'll have those two links. So let's click here. Okay. I want to cover, so that's everything about PDFs. Why I had to learn extract. For some reason, my one client had the annoying error 105 when he tried to save the certain PDFs. So after he made the changes, I had him do an extract, and then he was able to pick a new name. And he extracted all the pages, and it was another way of sort of save as, and that save as wasn't working. So that's another reason that got me into talking about the PDF tips, because I knew to do that, and I was like, whoa, wait a second. You know what? Oh, let me share this, because, some of you may run into this, and, hopefully it's helpful. And that's what I hope here. So here's the story for tonight. And there is, behind my head on the workbench back there, there is an Alienware desktop, monster desktop. great video card, 64 gigs of RAM, a 2 terabyte NVMe, great Samsung drive for the primary drive. This is the son of one of my business clients. And he has a lot of programs that he was talking about but nothing that we could pinpoint specifically. But at different times, different programs would crash. Now, when I used some of my tools to analyze what was going on, I seen there were multiple programs at different times were crashing. But I also noticed, for such a fast system, why was it so slow and booting up? There were 30 different programs auto-starting, that there's no need for that. One of the first things I did, went to Task Manager, Start menu, and what's the startup? Well, Startup, and started disabling many programs. Notice that. Then did cleaning with, I used a Ultra Virus Killer and ran Malwarebytes, ran Super Anti-Spyware. Super Anti-Spyware is kind of interesting. It was the most tracking cookies I have ever seen. It was over 6,000 tracking cookies. So nailed that. Rogue Killer found something and just started chopping away. I noticed there was a swap file set for the drive. I'm the one who set this up, even though he purchased it from Dell, brought it right over. I'm the one who opened it up and started. I don't understand. I made sure there was no swap file, so I don't know where he got convinced to do one, but not with an SSD. The power management was changed. So I got rid of hibernation. I will never allow hibernation on a desktop, or for that matter, even sleep mode. There's no need. You either leave the system running or you turn it off. You can turn the monitor off, but you leave the computer running. So high performance for the power options. Then the hard drive space, 2 terabytes, and there was 10 gig free. So one of the things I made sure was he's now got 90 gig free by me cleaning up like the swap file, temp files, just doing basic maintenance on the system. I got 80 gig more of space. I ran tree size to see what's consuming all of the space. So of all the space, 1.5 terabytes was being consumed by Steam for games. Now, I had a nice long talk before the show with my client, and he's coming over tonight at 10 o'clock to pick it up. I said, the programs that you're trying to run, the reason why they're not running is, first off, all those startups, you got to only run them when you want to run them. Don't let all of them run at the same time. Even though he had 64 gigs of RAM, he was running out of RAM. There was just too much running. And adding more RAM wasn't going to fix this. But he needs to not keep everything that he's doing for Steam. He said he doesn't even play that many games. I said, well, guess what? It's consuming most of your hard drive. So talk to him about cleaning that up. I ran the hardware diagnostics. The hard drive's good, the CPU's good, and the RAM is good. Because that was another thing that I was concerned about was, do we have a hard drive problem? And if we do, I know that's under support, and that would be a call right to Dell to see what's going on. I'm trying to think. I have a long list of things that I cleaned up, and I'm going to type that out tonight because I want him to know exactly what I did and what was found and have a full understanding. So I think everything's going to be fine now once I was able to fix everything I just talked about. So let's see. Tomorrow, my son is on site. This was that new client a couple weeks ago I talked about. he has 3 systems that he's going to convert from a mechanical drive. He's going to clone it to an SSD. He's also going to upgrade one of the systems. Is still Windows 7, so we're going to upgrade that to Windows 10. Then play musical computers, where one computer is going to move to another. And this is where, we got to mention tomorrow, big time, he is going to be using Fab's Auto Backup to transfer everything from this one profile and the settings and the files for this one employee, where they're getting a new computer that they've had that they haven't deployed, and we're going to use Fabs to do all that transfer of the information for that user. And she's going to be very happy because we also brought an extra 8 gig stick of RAM he'll have. So he's all day tomorrow at a small CPA firm, and they're going to be happy, happy, happy. This is the one where after this is done, there will be a NAS migration from their Buffalo NAS to a Synology NAS, to a nice new Synology. So that was great. Had another new client this week. Put them on contract already. This is an insurance company, small insurance company. They got 2 locations. So next week, my son's going to visit the second location where they only got a couple users. But I have instant house call on all the systems and the 2 servers. The main workstation and the 2 servers are now being backed up to Magnus Box already. Got full backups this week, and every night they'll be backing up. So really good to have all these services ready to roll for a new client. It was great referral, and we've been getting it. It's a nice little uptick of referrals from other clients, and that's been great. Really appreciate that. And that's how we get all of our business. So I don't do any advertising, and we're just very fortunate. You do a good job, do honest, hard work, do good, charge a reasonable rate, and you will get referred and you'll get business. And I truly believe that. Okay. So they were stories from the trenches. Now, let's talk about Windows 11 and some of the annoyances from that. So let's start with Terry Gardner from Arizona. In the issue of Maximum PC is where I learned about tweaking the context menu. It is on the bottom of the page 59, and here is a link to a reg file for the context menu. Try it first on a test system. So this is the registry, and let's dismiss that. I'll have this listed for a link, but this is where you can change and put, remember the copy and the paste was not part of the first of the menu. Well, I don't know if you can see it here, but I'm using here's where everybody wrote in to tell me the icons for cut and paste are right there. I kept looking for right-clicking on something and looking and didn't want to have to show more. That kind of annoyed me. And I'm like, oh, no, really? They're right there. And, Bob Layton, thank you, Bob, from New Hampshire. He ran into the same thing, and he sent me a picture, literally, of this that I'm showing you on the screen, where when you right-click, there's some icons right at the top, and guess what? It's everything you need. And it was staring me right in the face. Now, this link here that I'm displaying is from PC Gamer. This is also from Terry, and he said, I haven't found which issue for Maximum PC that has the registry, but he found another website, but hold on. He also sent me the link to the how to, some tips here to restore Windows 11 redesign context menus. And this is very simple to follow, and you can just use regedit. Just follow these instructions, and this is right from PCgamer.com, which is Maximum PC. I love that. I read Maximum PC every month. So, Terry, thank you so much for that. As a matter of fact, the one context menu I'm not going to put in. I'm going to make sure it's just this one because I like how they explain how to do that here. So that's really cool. Bill sent me an email. Just, hey, use Control-C to copy, Control-P to paste, and Control-Z to undo. Yes, you can always do that, and that works really, really well. So I want to, let's go to, give me a second here. I'm going to pause for a second while I'm looking at all of the, I have all the different emails, but they're not, the pages are stuck together. I should have had them as PDFs. Let's see, we got Hilton. You can run it one line. We got Hilton, some more Windows 11. And then we got Matt. And then we got, oh, yes, Jerry. Jerry sent me a good email. Okay. All right, here we go. Let's go back. All right, one more Windows 11 tip. And this is, hi, Mike. The whole show, more menu was killing me, too. In the right-click context menu, I work in Enterprise and needed the Map Network Drive option, which was in the Show More menu. I found the following article that has a registry fix to make the Show More the default. You can run this one-liner from the command line as admin and then reboot to make the change. I am going to make sure that I have this link, and it's how to show more options by default in Windows 11 File Explorer. So, Hilton, thank you so much for that. I really appreciate it. Now, this is from Matt, and this is Network's Account Lockout Examiner. He says, regarding your show, this is where Dexter ran into this problem. Regarding your show about account lockouts, Networks has a free utility called Account Lockout Examiner, which will email you when an account gets locked and lets you know which machine is getting locked on. It's getting locked on. I find sometimes these lockouts are caused by the remaining disconnected RDP sessions after the user changes their password. And this is Matt from Connecticut. That is awesome. Thank you so much. So Dexter, I know he listens. You're going to want that Networks link that I'm going to have in the show notes. This email is from Jerry, and it is from Steve Gibson, This Week in Tech. Steve was speaking about Windows updates on this show, and I think you will find this is interesting, how Microsoft, what updates they tell the users about and what ones they just update. And he has the link for the notes PDF that goes along with the show that I will also have in the show notes, which is really, really, really cool to be able to have everything that the podcaster's saying in notes in a PDF. That's great. Love Steve Gibson. Have not tuned in a very, very long time. So I want to thank Jerry. Thank you so much for sending me that link, and it's called Microsoft's Patchy Patches. So give that a listen, and also read the notes. And boy, I just blew through everything, a stack of email, of the stories from the trenches. And that is it for tonight's show. So hopefully everybody enjoyed it and you're getting something out of it. Don't forget to come back to the main site, MikeTechShow.com. That's where all these links are going to be, so you don't have to worry about, I don't even talk about the exact link anymore because you can just go right to the links. I even have a link for getting back to the show notes on the YouTube page. So you can go there, you can go either place and you're going to be able to get all of the links. That's it. Stay cool, everybody. It is hot, 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 hot. And I am not going to forget Discord. Thank you, Tony, in the chat. My moderators, man, they're on it. I love it. So if you want to join the forums for the Mike Tech Show, Discord, there's a link in the show notes. And when you click on it, you can go directly to Discord, sign up for free, and then go and announce yourself in the introduce yourself. We just want to know that you're not a bot, and then we'll promote you so you can walk amongst the cabin, clear and free, and be able to go into all of the individual forums. So really like it. And the link is also at the bottom of the page also. Thank you, PhotoRay. See, they're on it today. In Twitch, the link right there. I remember PhotoRay painfully walking me through, because I don't know what I'm doing, and how to put that in and update it. So that was great. And I never mentioned that. I really should more. All right, that's it. Thank you. I'll see everybody next week. Stay safe, stay cool. Same time, same channel. Bye-bye. All right.